Kardashev Type 3 civilization, K3, is a kind of very advanced civilization that is capable of fueling the energy from the whole host galaxy, scientists say. A postdoctoral in National Astronomical Observatory of China and her team scanned part of the northern sky to search for these hyper-advanced aliens. Out of 21 galaxies, 2 outliers are so far unidentified. While it's a long shot, those 2 may be precisely what Chen is looking for. What's a Kardashev Type 3 civilization? Chen and co-author Michael Garrett looked at results from the LOFER 2-meter sky survey, LOTSS, which is gradually capturing the entire northern sky in radio. Chen says he and his co-author took a sample of LOTSS in a hunt for unusual radio, hoping to narrow in on a Type 3 civilization. But to understand what they were looking for, first we'll break it down a little. Across the vast universe, the possibility of life forms varies dramatically from primitive bacteria-like microbes to hyper-advanced alien civilizations. The Kardashev scale, developed by astrophysicist Nikolai Kardashev in 1964, measures how far technologically advanced a hypothetical alien civilization is based on the amount of energy it consumes. The scale has 3 types of civilizations. Type 1 civilization, which uses the energy available to it on its planet. Type 2 civilization, one that consumes as much power at the scale of its entire star system, meaning its host star and the other planets that orbit it. Type 3 civilization, the most advanced kind which can harness as much energy as the entire galaxy. As of now, human civilization has not even achieved full Type 1 status. Instead, we're at a measly 0.73 since we are still not able to harness all of the solar energy that reaches Earth. Scientists predict that it would take us 100 to 200 years to reach Type 1. On the other hand, a Type 3 civilization is way past us. This civilization may employ its galaxy stars to harness energy using the hypothetical structure called a Dyson sphere. These theoretical megastructures surround a star to collect its energy output. By harnessing the power of its star through a space-based system, an alien civilization could meet its growing energy requirements to push its society to the next level. A Type 3 civilization would have likely put Dyson spheres on more than just its host star, but on surrounding ones as well. How do we find super-advanced aliens? The researchers behind the new study suggest that they can find a Type 3 civilization by searching for its mid-infrared emissions for signs of several Dyson spheres by looking in some unusual ways. For the study, the researchers looked at the emissions of 21 galaxies with high mid-infrared emissions. 4 of these galaxies had mid-infrared emissions enhanced by a factor of 10. 2 of them were identified as natural sources, one was an active galactic nuclei, and another was a star-forming galaxy, which means their excessive mid-infrared emissions arise from different kinds of mechanisms, Chen says. We don't know the reason for the high mid-infrared to radio ratio of the other 2. Chen explains that there is a correlation between the radio and infrared emissions of every galaxy. Galaxies emit radiation across the infrared spectrum, which gives off information about the heat. The duo looked in the mid- and far-infrared spectrum on the hunt for what amounts to alien exhaust. The mid-infrared emission of a Type 3 civilization would be excessive due to waste heat in the mid-infrared, making it biased from the correlation. 2 galaxies remained unidentified, and possible hosts of a Type 3 civilization. Meaning that the scientists could not figure out what is causing their spike in mid-infrared emissions, but it is still not clear whether it is due to an unusually high star formation rate or an exceptionally bright galactic center. We can look at their emissions in other wavelengths such as X-ray, optical, and see if their spectral energy distribution is active galactic nuclei-like or star-forming galaxy-like, scientist says. We can also have high-resolution radio observations on them to look at their morphology. The researchers are also planning on expanding their search for alien civilizations to a broader region of the cosmos to cover the full northern sky.